I honestly feel like Hollywood Brown is missing that winning locker room, that winning environment, because he's not getting that out of Arizona. He made the worst decision of his career. I hate to see it because a lot of us were saying, yo, there's a possibility that we bring back Hollywood. But after this comments, after this interview, y'all know how Harbaugh is with his ego. He's not coming back. I don't see. What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on our YouTube channel, Flocking Ravens. And on today's video, we are going to be watching and breaking down a video that is currently trending throughout all the Ravens flock community.
But guess what? Bye, Cincinnati.
Especially on Twitter. Now, in case y'all not active on social media, let me just give you guys a little breakdown of this video that's trending. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to be giving you guys my live reaction as we watch it for the very first time. But pretty much based on the comments that I'm reading, Hollywood Brown went on some, I don't know, a podcast or something, and he started going on about either Harbaugh or Greg Roman or his time with the Ravens. I don't know. And a lot of fans are, well, there are some that are on his side saying, yes, they agree, he's 100%. And there are others that are saying that he is salty. So, based on those comments alone, I'm already getting the feel that Hollywood is kind of regretting his decision. Because it's kind of like when you break up with a person, right? When you break up with someone, that's in your past. You don't really, at least me, I don't know how y'all go about it, but y'all don't really go thinking too much about the past.
Me and Ashanti created and made history.
Right. Yeah.
And what went wrong and this, that, and the third, or bringing up either the good moments, bad moments, that's in the past, right? Now, if you're constantly thinking about it or talking about it with either your friends.
Listen, when we did the doc, we tried to get Ashanti 3 different times. She turned it down each and every time.
Co-workers or a random person that you just find sitting on a bench or whatever, that's a sign that you either regret or that chapter isn't completely over, right? So I don't know. We gotta watch it. Let's watch it and let's see what this video is all about. All right, let's begin.
I mean, yeah, well, Shanahan, he's not Shanahan.
No, but what he's asking is because he doesn't call the plays, but he's still obviously there.
Like, how much of it was when you were there with Greg Roman? How much of it was Roman? How much of it was Harbaugh? How much of it was like collaborative?
Let's see if he answers.
So it's Harbaugh. You know, Harbaugh has a philosophy of how he want to play football. He go out and get the coaches that matches his philosophy, that how he wanted to play football, and then the coaches execute that philosophy. So it's like Harbaugh don't really call the plays or got no input on the plays.
Right.
He just trusts the guys he brought in for that philosophy. But now they had to change that philosophy because they realized that shit wasn't working.
It's a fact. Yo, first of all, shout outs to Josh Berman for bringing on, number one, for having this platform. I don't know if you have a podcast or if you're just a gamer and you're gaming with Hollywood and y'all just talking sports while y'all gaming. Whatever the case is, shout outs to you. And also shout outs to you for asking the questions that matter. Yo, y'all already know how this goes. A lot of these players, they go on different platforms, whether it's I Am Athlete or whether it's the Pat McAfee Show or the Shannon Sharp, whatever. They go on these different platforms and they have the opportunity to ask these players whatever they want. And a lot of the times, instead of asking the questions that matter, they go ahead and ask them questions like, yo, who has the best voice in that locker room? Who dresses up on game day the best? Like,
you can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it.
He won't. Miss me with all those questions. We don't care about none of that. Stop wasting our time. So, for that reason, shout outs to Josh Berman. If y'all have Twitter, go ahead and follow this kid for that because, yo, he got the job done. He knew the assignments and he got it done. All right? So, shout outs to you. Number two, shout outs to Hollywood Brown for actually answering the question because he didn't have to answer the question. You already know the season isn't over. He is still on that Cardinals team. So, for that reason, him answering all the way through, those are red flags. Those are red flags because that just means that Hollywood Brown does not care. He does not care if the team brings him back or if they decide to cut him, trade him, whatever. He does not care because you don't answer. You don't talk about your time with another team while you're still there. A lot of times they'll tell you, yo, you got to find a way to dodge those questions. Let's talk about his response. All right. So I think it's something that a lot of us been knowing. All right. A lot of real fans of the game, first the game and then Ravens fans, we know this is the right answer. All right. How many coordinators, offense coordinators have we gone through? Many. Under John Harbaugh. Many. I don't know from the top of my head, but we've gone through many. But the philosophy remains the same. And at the end of the day, when y'all screaming about we need a different offense coordinator, it's the philosophy that we don't like. It's not necessarily the person. It's the philosophy that the offense coordinator has. And now what Hollywood Brown is saying, John Harbaugh looks for a coordinator that has the same philosophy as John Harbaugh. So, is the coordinator really the issue here? No. If y'all don't like the coordinator's philosophy, y'all do not want John Harbaugh. Now, shout outs to John Harbaugh for everything he's done. He brought us at least one Super Bowl win. At least. Shout outs to you. We're not going to discredit you. But I feel, and a lot of fans feel the same, it's time for a different philosophy. Now, look what happened with Tom Monken. It's a whole nother philosophy than John Harbaugh's. It's working. And I hope that John Harbaugh truly doesn't have any input on these plays like Hollywood Brown is saying. Because imagine Todd Monken trying to cook up something and it's working or whatever. And out of nowhere, John Harbaugh is like, nah, you know what? Let's go back to my old philosophy. Let's do this and that in the third. And we end up losing. I really hope that this new philosophy that Todd Monken has, he's able to execute and just do whatever he wants freely without any interruptions from John Harbaugh. So, I understand why some fans are like, we want to keep him, whatever, this and that in the third. But we can't keep somebody just because we like them. At the end of the day, if you're a Ravens fan and you want your team to succeed, if the run is up, you got to get rid of it. It's just like Mark Ingram. I loved Mark Ingram's energy. I loved it. Even his play in 2019, he was playing like out of his mind, right? So 2020, you didn't see the same production out of Mark Ingram. And as much as I liked him, I was frustrated every time he got on that field because he wasn't giving us the production that we needed in order to win. Right? So the moment we let him go, it sucked. I felt horrible that day. Maybe that whole week. I don't remember. Maybe the whole week I felt horrible. But I knew it was the right decision for our team. Because Harbaugh kept putting him on that field and he just wasn't getting us yards, bro. He was getting stopped behind the line or maybe 1 or 2 yards at most. He wasn't having those crazy breakout runs. He wasn't having that anymore. So, anyways, that goes to tell you pretty much that with John Harbaugh, as much as we like him, same goes with James Prochet. A lot of us like them, but we cannot keep him just because we like him as a person. If he's not producing, it's yo, bro, it's time to go. It's time to go. So we can't be different with our head coach. Anyways, so I honestly feel like if this year we do not get that Super Bowl, we got to start talking about the head coach position. Anyways, let's continue this video.
No, it was not. And I know you were playing, but the fans did the talking for you guys in terms of how that
We
was
did.
working.
And nothing got done for like 2 more years.
Me personally, I wouldn't have no issue with Greg Roman if they just didn't try to perceive it as like something else.
So you don't think it was as bad as they said it was?
No, it was bad, but like if I'm a man and this is how I call my offense, and this is how I view, how I'm gonna win playing offense. I don't like how they like let the receivers take all the heat. So that's why I was always like outspoken. I would be in the receiver room, even with Lamar, and when I made that tweet, right?
Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. I'm not letting you get away with that, bro. Let the receivers take all the heat. Let the receivers take all the heat.
Let's be honest with the people. Let's be honest.
Bro, when? When? Every single person in that locker room, including the EDC, the owner, the head coach, the receivers, tight end, center, every person in that locker room, let Lamar Jackson take all the heat. Let's not ever go there. Let's not ever go there. And not a single person defended him and said, you know what? Nah, that wasn't on Lamar. That was on me. Not a single person defended Lamar Jackson.
And I'm here for redemption. 2022 was a year of love. 2023, I don't feel the love, Ed. I do not feel the love.
So let's not ever go there talking about, all the heat was... It was never on the receivers. It was never on the coordinators. It was never on the head coach. It was never on EDC. It always fell on Lamar Jackson. And for that reason, that's what they used against Lamar Jackson when they were negotiating his contract. They used all that. And even like that, Lamar Jackson didn't say, oh, well, Hollywood did this, or Willie Snead did that, or y'all gave me Des Bryant. He didn't do none of that. He took it, and he just played with the cards that he had. He said, well, I won the MVP. I did this many touchdowns. I let in whatever, this, that, and the third. But he never brought down a single player to make his case of why he's deserving of the money that he wants. So let's not ever go there, bro. Let me know what y'all think. Am I tripping? Because maybe y'all saw something that I didn't see. Maybe what he's saying is true. Our receivers took all the heat.
Child, please.
Anyways, let's go back.
I'm gonna win playing offense. I don't like how they like let the receivers take all the heat. So that's why I was always like outspoken. I would be in the receiver room, even with Lamar, and when I made that tweet, right?
I know exactly.
Let me tell you. I'm driving the car, Lamar. I'm like, hey, bro, should I made this tweet? He like, shit, go ahead. Like, something got happened. So I'm like, I bet. I made it tweet. I'm a rookie. Like, I made it tweet. I don't care about no tweet.
Were you a rookie or was it second year?
Oh, I know what tweet you're talking about.
I thought it was your second year, too.
Versus Steelers. I made it tweet, and I ain't thinking nothing of it. And then everybody went to like calling my phone. I'm like, all right, I took it down. But then everybody went to like taking that on me. I'm like, hey, bro, like I ain't the only one feel like this. But you feel me? It was just I didn't like how they handled it. Like I'd rather them say this our philosophy, like, and we all just play football and try to win. But don't try to make it seem like it's on the receiver.
All right, here's the thing with that. I'm 50-50 with you on that. He's talking about the tweet when he said, what's the point of having soldiers if you don't use them? He's talking about that, right? So here's what I have to say about that. First of all, that tweet in that year, honestly, the only soldier we had was you. Everyone else, I mean, let's be honest, we didn't really have anything other than Marquise Brown. Now, the thing with Marquise Brown is something that we've always complained about you. You make the routes, you make the catch, you make the play, but you was always scared of contact. You would go out of bounds, you would get down, you would all of that, right? And there has been many times where you let us down, where you dropped a easy pass. So you got the opportunity many times to make a play and whatever. And yes, some of them you came out and you with the catch and whatever. But there's been many where you didn't. So you can't say what's the point. I mean, if you have that many drops or you're not really fighting for that extra yard, you think it's going to motivate our coordinator to want to scheme up more plays for the receivers? Y'all keep letting Lamar Jackson down. The only person who didn't, Mark Andrews. And that's the reason why they kept scheming up more plays for Mark Andrews. You have to earn it. You're not just giving it because you're a first round. You have to earn it. And you have the leverage in your rookie year because they're going to want to see what you're about. And they're going to scheme up certain plays just specifically for you. And they did. They did. But then you've shown time and time again that you let us down. You let us down. So you've also had some games where, you were the only one who showed up, like the Titans game. Bro, I cannot hold you to that. That Titans game, I honestly felt like the only person that showed up, the only receiver that showed up in that game was Hollywood Brown. There are others that are saying, nah, he didn't. I don't want to hear none of that. The only player who showed up in that game was Hollywood Brown. But yeah, so you can't use that. Now, again, we're going to go back to putting it on the wide receiver. Y'all never took any heat from the loss. It's never been, at least look, y'all took it from the fans. But management, they've never said, it's our receiver's fault. It's the opposite. The opposite. They always gave us excuses like, no, we're content with our receivers. They always backed y'all up. They always said, we don't need a number one wide receiver because we got Hollywood. We don't need Stephon Diggs because we got Hollywood. Willie Snead. What y'all talking about? The media, they never bashed Hollywood Brown. They never bashed Seth Roberts. I don't know why I said Steph. Seth Roberts. They never bashed none of y'all. Every time anyone got bashed on the media, it's been Lamar Jackson. They never said a word about Greg Roman. So, I don't agree with your take on that part. You cannot say that the wide receivers took the heat. You can't. And to a certain extent, I agree with you. I think the philosophy sucked. But you didn't really give them a reason to change it. You didn't. So had you try to ball out more, not just you, because it can't just be you. It had to be the whole wide receiver room. Everybody. I'm talking about Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman, James Prochet, Tylen Wallace. Had all of y'all showed up and actually did what y'all got brought in to do, the philosophy changes. It does. If something is clearly working, like all of y'all just bonding out, why would Harbaugh say, you know what, we're just gonna keep running it when we have all these studs out here just producing like crazy? Y'all didn't give them a reason. Y'all didn't encourage our front office, our head coach, our coordinator to change philosophy. I feel like Greg Roman, yeah, maybe he's not creative, But if he sees it's working, maybe he gets somebody to help him, scheme up these plays. So Lamar, he's going to work with whatever he has. Whoever he has, he's going to work. And y'all seeing it right now. Everybody, look, when Mark Andrews went down, everyone said, yo, Lamar's done. He doesn't have his security blanket. He's going to get exposed, just like Patrick Mahomes got exposed. Nah. He will make it work with whatever he has. I don't wish anything on Isaiah Likely. I don't. But if something happens to Isaiah Likely, I guarantee you he's going to make it work with Charlie Kolar. I honestly feel like Hollywood Brown is missing that winning locker room, that winning environment, because he's not getting that out of Arizona.
We got to get you in a Nike jacket ASAP. Got on that bullshit, my bad.
He made the worst decision of his career. The worst decision. And I hate to see it because a lot of us were saying, yo, there's a possibility that we bring back Hollywood. But after this comment, after this interview, y'all know how Harbaugh is with his ego. He's not coming back. I don't see, unless Harbaugh is out of here, I don't see Hollywood coming back here. Not because he doesn't want to. Clearly, he wants to come back. But I don't think Harbaugh allows Hollywood to come back. And if he does, doghouse. He's going to be on the doghouse. So that you kind of shut the door on that on yourself. So again, you made, I don't know, bro. I just feel like that wasn't the best thing to say, but I appreciate that you said it because that's something that we've been saying. And I know a lot of John Harbaugh fans are going to be pissed off on this take. But I mean, what I can't try to sugarcoat everything for y'all and say, nah, John Harbaugh is the best there was, the best there ever will be. Stop it. Anyways, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about what he said. Let me know what's his chances of him coming back. And if y'all would want him back or not, let me know. I want to know everything. Let's start up a conversation in the comments, all right? And also, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get more videos, reactions, whatever. All right? And with that, I'm going to see you on the next video.